Don, you must be absolutely delighted with that victory.
Yeah, you never know coming into any of the Premiership games now, especially the semis and finals, how it's going to go. Newcastle are a quality outfit and they've done very well this year. Pulled up some big results, so to come away with a victory like that, I think it gives us good momentum going to the final next week.
Obviously, you've been here before, but especially last year's semi-final was a really tight affair, as was the one the previous year. Were you surprised in the way on just how comfortable it was in the end?
Comfortable on the scoreboard, yeah. Yeah, the game was always going to go that way in terms of we had so much ball in the first half, and then the way the second half was going to go with the wind and everything, it was all in our favour. So, not really surprised because we wanted that kind of result, and it wasn't easy. Newcastle really put their bodies on the line, and they defended very well, I thought. But the momentum went our way. We got some good scores in. You're not going to complain about a result like that.
A lot of people were surprised that you weren't in the England team. I mean, obviously disappointed, but how did you see it yourself? I got some calls from Eddie. I know where I stand with him. I think it's important for everyone to start getting behind the guys that are picked. Everyone's obviously entitled to their own opinion, but I'd like to think if I was up there, I wouldn't have people constantly second guessing the fact that I was there. So I think it's important in terms of where we want England to go, the quality of players that are there, that we get behind them, get behind the coaches, make sure it's a positive environment, because we all want to see England succeed. We want to win this tournament, and that's the high honour. So you don't want to constantly bring the team down. So I think obviously I'm disappointed, but I think I'm in a good situation where we're in a semi, we're in a final. There's bigger things to focus on for me at the moment. So whether it's a distraction or focus, so that's what I'm going to do. Final question from me, just looking at the final, do you think the fact that you've been there twice, this is the third on the trot, is that learning process, and therefore it's not as much of an occasion and you just try and get the result, obviously? Yeah,
it's always going to be an occasion. It's the final of the tournament that we all work so hard to get into, but I think with the fact that it is our third one there, that we're not going to be starstruck by it. It's not going to take us away. It's going to be important for us to make sure that we pitch up doing what we do, and if that's good enough on the day, then that's how it's going to be. But we're going to take it in our stride. We're going to take the learns that we've had from the previous 2 years, both the positives and the negatives, and hopefully make that work in our favour.
If there are some injuries with England and Eddie Jones gives you a call back, would you go on the plane?
Who wouldn't, mate? Yeah, definitely. That's what we all work for. You always want to work for high honours, so I would definitely not say no.
And next week, what sort of challenge do you feel Saracens will bring next week? I don't know if you saw the result or you saw the score from that. You probably didn't see all the game, but you must have seen the score. They certainly know how to put the ball over the line, don't they?
Yeah, they've certainly started hitting their straps. They're finding good momentum. But we are also, so we've had some very good results with them over the last 3 or 4 years in terms of we know how to play them, we know how to play our game. So I think it's going to be quite an exciting match. We've got to make sure that we pitch up and bring what Exeter brings, because Sarri's going to pitch up and bring what Sarri's brings, and hopefully make a great spectacle and go our way.
Don, can I ask, it didn't make any material effect on the result, but what does it do when you get a charge down the conversion for the team and the willingness to hustle?
No one saw that coming. I think that could have been quite a momentum swinger in terms of Newcastle were running it, they were getting hungry. And I think in terms of getting that charge down, their guys looking up and seeing that it's getting charged down, us looking up and seeing the charge down, I think it gave us all a bit of something. I think they knocked on, we got a scrum and we scored. Whereas if that charge down wasn't there, we'd probably taken the kick and maybe not have been intense. Or I think it was a big moment that probably would have slipped by if you didn't ask a question like that and highlight it. So I think going to next week, it's those small things that make a difference. So yeah.
And the performance of Joe at fly half was so used to sort of Gareth sort of exercising that level of control. What was it say for a 21-year-old to be able to sort of step into his shoes so seamlessly? Yeah,
I think he's showing age doesn't really matter when you can perform like that. I think he certainly had he's had to bide his time. He's learnt a lot from Stino. He's been there and thereabouts for the past few seasons. So I think it's a big role that he's wanted, and I think that's a big difference. He's seen Sam come up and perform really, really well, and I think they're competitive individuals and competitive brothers. So I think he's just trying to make sure that everyone doesn't forget about him and who he is, and I think he's doing a very good job at it.
just in talking about the mentality of going back to cricket, the difference between defending a title and going to win it again.
Yeah.
Can you just talk about how that feels within the squad? What's driving you? Is it the defence of the title, or is it the challenge of winning it?
You know, funny enough, we haven't actually spoken much about that, because I think that's next week's thing. You know, the big focus for us in terms of the squad, not the coaches, is to make sure that we didn't take this week for granted. So, you know, we still had to get through a very class outfit in Newcastle, and I think if we were looking too much in terms of our mentality for the final, we probably would have caught ourselves, you know, behind where we needed to be. So, you know, I definitely think there's elements where, is it the right thing that we're defending a title? Is it the right thing that we're going to go win it? And I think the makeup of the squad is, you know, we definitely want to go out there and win it. You know, it's not ours. You know, last year it was ours. This year is a new competition. You know, it doesn't matter what we do going into it. It's not going to say Exeter Chiefs Champions 2018 unless we go out there and want to win the trophy rather than defend the title.
What's TMD stand for?
That's for me and my missus. Yeah, it's truly madly deeply. So it's just little motivators to keep me going when I'm in a dark place out in the field. I've also got for my son and my daughter. So.
Is that one of your little ones that you carried onto the pitch today?
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
You did a bit of a face.
I scored the try, as I said. Thanks, guys.